What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners, shout out to Point of View crew, and shout out to Megan and Jason for making me this Prison POV shirt. I dig it. I think it's cool. And for limited time, very limited time actually, you guys out there can get yourself a Prison POV shirt like this. Hit me up in the comments, DM me on Instagram. You know how we do it. Shout out to homeboy T from CoCo County. Shout out to CoCo County and NorCal. And I apologize. Please accept my apology. I hope you guys don't feel like I was slow playing this video. I feel like we all had the understanding it was supposed to be out a little bit earlier than it is out right now. But dude, I was not counting on... I couldn't get off my ass today. Just plain and simple. It felt like a Mack truck hit me. And I recognize that as just the tiredness I'm feeling from first week back at work. Haven't worked for 3 years. Now I'm working in a hardcore, historic heat wave. Kicking my arse a little bit. First day off, I slept in longer than I have in a long time. And it's just like, hard to get up. And I even bought a Rockstar and drank it. And I quit those again. So here we are, doing time with CoCo County Woods. And let me just say this. The first time I ever did time with a CoCo County Wood was at Mule Creek. And every time I say it was a Mule Creek, I have to preface it, that's the right word, by saying it was not PC when I was there. The Mule Creek is known for being a PC pin, just like CMC East. They're like stereotype. When you think of PC, you think of Mule Creek, CMC East. At least I do. Those are the pioneers. Be that as it may, CR was active when I went there. I went through CR gym for CTQ, went over to level 1 yard. Now the level 1 yard, how it's set up, it's got 2 buildings. And inside each of those buildings are cut up in sections. I was in section F. Now there's, let me see, 8, 16, 24, 30, so I guess there's 32 people or so per section. 8 little sections, 8 little groups, 4 bunk beds. 4 bunk beds. I just talked to my little 4 bunk bed section, my little 8-man group over here, and there's like a wall, and then the 8-man group next to me. Then there's the stairs and bathroom. I didn't really go over to that section. I seen some people over there. I'd wave on the way to breakfast. they lived right there in my section, but I was just mostly concentrating my general vicinity. However, there was a wood that I seen over there. I made eye contact with a couple times. Gave him one of these. We're both like the youngsters. He's about my age. Both of us are young. We're both vastly different in the fact that not to break my arm, pat myself in the back, but I had done time. I may not have done a lot of prison time up to this point. I'd done a lot of county jail time. This dude clearly had not. I'm trying to think of a word to describe him. A little bit kind of, I don't want to say like vulnerable, but just kind of unsure of himself. He didn't have the confidence. He just hadn't done a lot of time. Uncomfortable in his skin, kind of. You can just kind of tell. And we finally introduced ourselves to each other and met and shook hands. I told him, what's up, Splinter? He said Steamboat. And I thought Steamboat was kind of funny. He didn't look like a steamboat. I don't know who would look like a steamboat. Maybe Popeye, Steamboat. You got a picture of tattoo for Steamboat. I don't know who would be a steamboat. This guy apparently, Steamboat. So, and even how he said it, it just added his whole unsureness. He's kind of like, my name's Steamboat. I'm not kind of like it. Do you? Like, present it to me like as an option. Steamboat, huh? You like it? All right, cool, Steamboat. So, be that as it may. As time went by, a week, a couple more days, I start hearing people call him CoCo. And it tripped me out. I start hearing CoCo. He's like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, what does that mean? It was someone asking me, hey, let me get some CoCo. Yeah, hold on, what's up? And I kept hearing it, CoCo. And it started tripping me out. I started thinking they were clowning him. You can get nicknames all kinds of crazy ways. I could picture he spilt his cocoa. And like, you spilt your CoCo. And it just stuck. And I thought they were clowning him and making fun of him. And so it went on for 3 or 4 days, and finally I pulled him up. Let me get you real quick. I said, hey, bro, do you like them calling you CoCo? And he said, well, it's just the dudes right there in my section. I was like, yeah, that's where it starts, right there in your section. Next you know, it trickles out into the yard. I wasn't in love with Steamboat, but I liked it a lot more than CoCo. I didn't tell him that, but I was trying to tell him that. Hey, bro, I was like, dude, if you don't want to be called CoCo, tell him. You don't have to have that name. It's going to stick. You introduce yourself to me as Steamboat. You're Steamboat, right? He's like, yeah, Steamboat. And I was like, dude, CoCo just doesn't sound good. Doesn't have a good ring to it. Like, I wouldn't let them call me CoCo, bro. If you're uncomfortable with it, if you like it, disregard everything I'm saying. But if you actually feel uncomfortable with it, like I kind of assume you do, if you don't like it, tell them, don't call me CoCo. So then he keeps saying it's going to stick. He's like, all right, cool. Like 10 minutes later, I'm doing pull-ups. And I get confronted, pushed up on by the one homeboy I have on the yard, Hal. He's like, Splinter, man. He's like, dude, you got all of CoCo County mad at you. You got CoCo County mad at you. I go, why is he mad? When I heard CoCo County, I'm thinking, wow, first, what's up with these nicknames? First it's Steamboat, then it's CoCo, and then when he's calling himself a CoCo County, what's next? I mean, King of the Kingland? Like, dude, what is up with this? I was like, why is he mad? Not he, they. I'm like, dude, I hear you, but what are you talking about? He's like, damn, I look over and there's like 10 dudes. Steamboat, CoCo's one of them. They're all kind of standing across from me. They're by the dip bars. They're mad dogging me. I was like, what's up, brother? He's like, hit a lap with me. Now, let me just tell you this straight up. I had never heard of CoCo County. It's not because it's not an awesome place. I've been there. It is awesome. It's not because they don't have heavy hitters. They do. I've met some. It was my very first violation. My first term, I went to McFarland CCF in Kern County. In CDC, they're not great at it, but they keep people close to their town. I'm from Bakersfield. It's kind of a trip. I went way up north to Mule Creek. I was an add-on. It usually doesn't happen because you go to reception in your town, Wasco. Your reception is close to you, and they kind of keep you close. They're not going to bring no one from CoCo County to Wasco reception. They have San Quentin reception, whatever reception up north. They go to, I don't know. I never heard of them. I didn't know. And it's not disrespectful because, hey, lots of stuff I haven't heard of. I just heard of the greatest warrior of all time, Lucky Sun Tzu. The movie Spider-Man, I just seen it like a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. I mean, for the longest, I had a flip phone. Dude, I'm kind of behind on the times. So I had not heard of CoCo County. So, dude, my homeboy said, Hal, let me hit a lap with you. He said, dude, here's what it is. He's like, dude, the youngster said that you told him to keep CoCo out of his mouth, not to be called CoCo. And, like, he went to his homeboys, like, am I in trouble for being called CoCo? And this dude said, I can't. They want to know why you're telling their little homie why he can't be called CoCo. What's up? Splinter, what are you doing? I was like, I don't understand. So here's what the deal. I hope you guys aren't as confused as I was. Steamboat, Steve, his section, his bunkie was named Steve also. There's 2 Steves. They're trying to differentiate these Steves. So Steve comes up with Steamboat. Steamboat Steve comes up with Steamboat. So there won't be 2 Steves. It didn't really stick. What did stick was CoCo. Since he was from CoCo County, instead of calling him Steve, because they already got a Steve, they start calling him CoCo. CoCo County. I come along, hey, don't let them call you CoCo, Steamboat. He goes and tells his homies. Like I said, I never heard about it. Like, I apologize. No disrespect intended. I haven't been around. Born and raised in Bakersfield. Wasco reception on mine. Kern County, McFarland CCF. Bro, no NorCal Woods, really. Just haven't been hurt. And when you got to explain something to somebody in prison, I've been in this situation a lot too, where you mess up. Or maybe you don't mess up. Maybe this person messed up but put off on you. It's happened to me a bunch of times. Especially with the verbals. Splinter, go tell them this. And you go tell them, why'd you say that? I didn't, he did. And this person was there, I didn't tell him. Splinter said it. And then you got to explain to everybody. You can't just explain to one person, they go tell everybody. The whole crowd, the whole kit and caboodle, and you got to sit there and tell them the whole thing. So I had to explain to the whole CoCo County car my confusion and why I never heard of CoCo County. And that's why I thought they were disrespecting him by calling him CoCo. I thought it was like a weird nickname. You know, the drink CoCo, I didn't know. I was trying to stick up for him. But, I mean, bottom line is the confusion centered around me. I never heard of CoCo. I'm like, oh, is that right? Hey, my bad. I'm sure you never heard of, like, you know, maybe Oil Dell, maybe perhaps. Rexon? You ever heard of Rexon? I mean, see? It goes both ways. I'll be that's in May. Steamboat ended up being a good dude. That's what's up. Chip on this dude, though. I am in County Chill. APOD. We're running a super sloppy program. We're not going to sleep after breakfast, which is somewhat of a no-no. Gosh damn it. Sloppy-ass program. Sleeping after breakfast. Because I would reason, shoot, we're getting up at 3:30 a.m. for breakfast. We have not had dinner since 3:30 p.m. So you're really hungry, hungrier than a two-headed shark, and you finally eat, so you got a full stomach. Well, I mean, that's kind of like a little, kind of an inside joke as well. Full stomach, snicker. You're not going to get full on that breakfast. But you have somewhat of a full stomach, and it's still dark outside. You want to go back to sleep. There's no one there to tell you not to. You're going to get some bad habits. None of us would. We're staying up after breakfast. And you should stay up, roll up your mat, start working out, start cleaning, whatever. Then, a lot of us, we're not working out. Because we would reason we're not eating good enough. Back to that small breakfast, don't really quite cut it. I would say to myself, man, if I'm not eating enough and I'm working out, then I'm actually going to get smaller. because I don't have enough protein, I'm not taking enough food in, then my muscles are going to start feeding on each other. So I can't really work out if I'm not eating that much. And they weren't feeding us that much. I wouldn't go to the store. So sleeping after breakfast, not working out, sloppy ass program. To this fool, this foolio, hardcore ass wood from CoCo County named Rabbit shows up in the middle of the night, 11 o'clock at night. Tattoos all over his face. Pardon me. Tattoos all over his body. Huge, buff, mean, level 4. Level 4 dude all day long. We see him at breakfast. Instantly he knocks someone out. Kind of my fault though, because we're all meeting him. He says his name was Rabbit. I had just told this story, this joke, about a rabbit, a lizard, and a turtle that got rich. And once the rabbit, the lizard, and the turtle got rich, Rabbit went to Mr. Rabbit, the lizard was Mr. Lizard, and the turtle was Mr. Turtle. He had a bunch of money now. So one of the homeboys like, Rabbit, oh, like Mr. Rabbit. Rabbit, when he heard that, just took off on him. Knocked him out. And knocked the dude into the wall, so he was still standing up, but he's knocked out. And the funny thing is, like 5 seconds later, 5 seconds after the punch, he like throws a punch, or throws an arm to block it. You ever see that? Someone get knocked out way after the punch and they like go to block it? Dude, you're on the late train. You're on the late freight for that. You're not going to block nothing. You're sleeping. He woke up. He never called him Mr. Rabbit again. No one did. Matter of fact, we start everyone working out. No one's sleeping after breakfast on a tight program. Everyone chipping in what little bit we had to have on store day to make a spread. Some camaraderie. We were representing to the fullest. Rabbit from CoCo County came in, switched the pod, switched it up. Put us on deck. He was doing great. Everything would have went just fine. And he had control. He had the keys to the building, our pod. He had the keys to it. No one questioned it. We thought he was doing great. We're glad to have him in our midst. He's putting us up on game. How he messed up, though, he did a roll call. A roll call is a piece of paper that you send to every, since we're an A pod, there's like A1 through 6, I think 5 and 6 of the girls. So A1, A2, A3, and 4 belong to the males. And we're separated by door, and kites go under the door. And a roll call can go under the door. It goes to A1, 2, 3, and 4, and it comes back again. You sign it. You sign your name, you sign your nickname, you sign what you're busted for, and you just, it's everything about you on this little roll call. Not everything, but they need to know. A lot of times they'll get it and they'll run a check on you. It's just a dude who has the keys to the whole building. All A-Pod wants to have it so he knows who's there. No one at this point had done a roll call. No one was really taking it that serious. Sometimes people treat county jail like county jail. County jail is this kind of place where people come in, they're driving, they're there a weekend, they're 5-7 days. Sure, you got people in there fighting life sentences and parole violations, but come on. A lot of times county jails is people coming in short times and leaving. They sleep after breakfast, they don't work out. County jail. Sometimes people come in and treat county jail like prison. That's what this dude did. Came in, switched it up, started treating like a level 4 prison, shot that roll call out. What happened though, the Woods, the white boys in other sections, I believe we were in A3, some A4, wherever he shot to, got it. Like, who the hell is this? Who's Rabbit? In CoCo County. They didn't sign it. They shot him a kite and said, what's up with you? Who are you? Never heard of you. And there was all kinds of shit talking going back and forth. We were not privy to this though. Rabbit was not letting us know. I knew he was sending kites. I knew kites were coming to him. It wasn't my business. I didn't really question him. I didn't know it was the homeboys over there talking shit to him. Telling him you ain't running nothing but your mouth. And you better do that real quietly. Because let me tell you something about out of town Woods coming into county jail. It's a crazy thing. It could be very disrespectful. And where I've seen this at the most is with the Southsiders. I've seen it a bunch of times. Especially on Mel Minimum, the farm at Kern County Jail. It's a 900-man compound. We have an open yard. And you get these Southsiders from LA and they get deep, maybe 10, 12 deep. And all of a sudden they want to run something. They want to take over. They want to take over the yard. They want to take over some buildings. They want to have some say-so. But the Bakersfield boys would be like, hell no. Because it's like disrespectful to feel like someone else has come in from another town and run your yard. They're like, look, Bakersfield, you're not running your yard right, so we're going to come in from out of town into your county jail and run it. Like, hell no, we'll run it into the ground if we allow that to happen. So I've seen Bakersfield Southsiders rush LA Southsiders several times of them trying to take control. Not going to happen. This dude, Rabbit, took control. We didn't really care. The Woods next door did. Had a big problem with it. We're trying to shoot kites to us. Rabbit was intercepting them. We had no idea what was going on until I went to court. And I met one of the homeboys. Splinter, what the hell's going on over there? Who is this dude? What the fuck? What are you guys doing? All mad, crazy at me. I'm like, whoa, what's... He's like, Splinter, you're gonna let this dude, some out-of-towner come in and run it and tell you how to run your house? I was like, no. I mean, he's running it good, though. He's not telling us anything we don't need to hear. He came in, he fixed everything. Now we're working out. Now we're on deck. He's schooling us. I don't see it wrong. I mean, when I go to Wasco, I'm going to get in there. It's not going to be some dude from Bakersfield running it. Of course, it's prison and some Wasco and it's our county jail. I hear you. Loud and clear. I'll give you the Hulk Hogan here. But I don't really have a problem with him. I'm not going to trip on him. Rabbit's a good dude. He's like, nah, hell nah. He's like, tell him, give him a verbal that I want him to meet me at the law library and to bring us peace. We're going to get each other. I personally am going to remove him. I want him out of here. I have no business kind of jail. Tell him to meet me at the law library. I went back and told him, you got to meet at the law library. Rabbit had no problem with it. Now, when that happens, when two people are going to meet at the law library, which they take people every Thursday, maybe every other Thursday, if two people are going to meet, only those two people can put slips in to go. Because a lot of times what will happen, you have two people who want to meet to get busy at the law library. You have the three people over here and three people over here that put slips in to go as well, just so they can watch it go down, or maybe help out, or just be there, right in the middle of the drama. And then if that happens, maybe they call everybody except the two dudes who are actually supposed to get busy. So you just have to let them two dudes go. So Rabbit put his slip in, dude over there put his slip in. We're all waiting, see what's going to happen. And we're waiting anxiously to see what's going to happen. Thursday comes along, law library, Rabbit goes out, the other dude was not able to make it. And let me say this, if you put a request slip in to go to the law library and you're not able to make it for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if the cop won't let you out of your cell, which I think might have been what happened to this dude. Maybe you're at a doctor's sick call, they come to snatch you up, both your arms fall off, you have a seizure. No reason is good enough to not show up when you put a slip in for law library to go there to get busy with somebody and you don't show up, especially the other guy does, with his little razor blade in his lip, ready to do this, kick up the dust. Dude was not able to make it. I think the cops did not let him out of the cell. What did the Woods do? Jumped him and beat him up and got him out of there, rolled him out of there. Then send us a kite. Send me a kite. Splinter addressed to me. We got rid of the dude. I don't want to say his name because he did not go to the law library, even though he had a good excuse. That dude over there, Rabbit, has to go. We want to put Keith in charge, which is funny, there's a dude named Keith over there. Keith had never been to prison. He was a likable guy, but he's a big old goober. One day he won a pinochle game, and he jumped up and said, my name's Keith the Beast. Keith the Beast. And everyone started calling him Keith the Beast. Keith the Beast. Keith the Beast or some shit. Keith the Beast. Keith the Beast, homeboy. Keith the Beast. Keith the Beast. Dude, we did not call him Keith the Key Holder. So it's so funny, Splinter. Give the building to Keith. And that all you guys need to jump that dude Rabbit and get him out of there. If you guys don't, I have all your names, the Woods names over there. And when you go to Wasco, you have an issue coming for you. You're going to get in trouble. The homeboys are going to jump you. You're going to get removed when you get to Wasco if you don't take care and get rid of this Rabbit guy. There's a green light on him. I disregarded that kite. Went ahead and took my chances. I didn't really recognize the dude who sent me that kite. And I didn't really know why they're so mad at Rabbit. Rabbit went to the law library. The other dude didn't go. He's over here representing, putting us all on deck. I wasn't really tripping on it. I disregarded that kite. Shh, whatever. You think I have to jump Rabbit while I'm being trouble to Wasco? I don't give two fizzucks. I don't care until I got to Wasco. And I was like, I cared then. Like as soon as I got the bus, got the Holy Sync, I was like, dang, I wonder if I'm really going to be in trouble. And then I got my dorm. People like, Splinter, but what? What? Especially a new guy showed up. So a new guy showed up. A new guy be kind of looking at me crazy. I'm like, oh dang, he knows. Hey, Splinter, you want to smoke a cigarette? I'm like, yeah. I'm going to the corner. I thought he was going to be like, what's over that shit with a Rabbit? I was just waiting for it. My whole violation there at Wasco reception, thinking I was going to get jumped and pulled up over Rabbit. You know what made me start feeling no good, though? When I really start not tripping on it as much, is the dude, this made me nervous at first, the dude who shot me the kite, saying to jump Rabbit, I'm going to be in trouble and got to Wasco. I get to Wasco, 3 weeks a month, nothing happening. And I'm right there in H yard and C yard. A lot of buildings. There's 4 C buildings, 4 H buildings, a lot of inmates, a lot of people from Bakersfield, everyone in touch. We all know who's coming and going. No one's confronting me about this whole thing with Rabbit until the dude who shot me the kite shows up just right next door. Saw him coming, as a matter of fact. Like, damn, I thought his first order of business when he got there was start sending him word saying, Splinter, let some dude from CoCo County come and run the thing. He's probably going to lie and say, dude didn't show up at the law library when he was supposed to. Smut me up and say all kinds of shit. Splinter didn't do this and that. I was more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. That I was going to get caught up over all this. Until that guy who shot me the kite, he ended up getting removed. couple days later, and I didn't sleep those 2 nights. And every time my kite came in, I was just waiting. I just knew I was going to get in trouble. So the alarm went down. We get down, we hear an alarm, and you look, and the cops carrying people out. Here comes the victim. It's that dude that shot me the kite. Scored! Now, if nothing else, his word's no good. He can say whatever he wants about Rabbit and CoCo and all that. But hey, if you're out there, Rabbit from CoCo County, Mr. Rabbit, you know, say that with all love and respect. Not with utmost to you and yours. About to cut a string, let it fly. I wrote another video this morning. It's kind of why it took me so long. Plus, I just couldn't really get it going. I'm going to record that one tomorrow, upload it, and I'm going to record a couple others. Monday's a holiday, so I could release a video Monday. Then Tuesday, I don't know, Wednesday probably. What I'm trying to say is I'm going to be recording, have some videos on pause. So even though I'm working, I could upload. Because last week was tough, dude. Working, I was not able to upload. You guys know that. Hey, we fixed that problem. Look forward to more videos, more lives. Copper shirt if you're feeling it. More merch coming very, very soon. Cut the string and let it fly. Peace.